Hello, my dear friends. This is Navneet Misra from NviNomics. I hope you all are doing very good. So, today we have Richard. Richard used to be my student in 2021, and fortunately, now he is the part of EY, London based EY, everybody knows. So, basically, we will start with a basic introduction of Richard, then we will go to the base, that is the Ambedkar School of Economics, Bangalore based. What's the curriculum, what's the fee structure, what's the everything, each and every details we'll talk in this video. So please listen it carefully. So Richard, yeah, from your side, just introduce yourself to us.
Yes, so my name is Richard Johnny. I'm from Kerala. I did all my schoolings in Kerala itself. So I did my undergrad from Christ University in Bachelor's of Economics, Political Science, and Sociology. So since it was a triple major course, I had the liberty to choose any of those courses for my master's. But since I liked economics the most among those three, I
Oh,
chose economics. So I graduated my undergrad in 2020.
yeah.
So after that, COVID came, and so like I joined an institute during this pandemic time and all. But since it was online classes and all, I did not like it very much, and I also wanted to try better institutes.
Yeah, yeah.
So I just sat for 1 year with coaching and practice. So that's how I got in touch with Mr. Navneet Mishra, and he was there to guide me for entrances for University of Hyderabad and other institutes. So with his help, it actually helped me to uh, I mean, there wasn't entrances are not like it just tests what you studied in undergrad.
Exactly, exactly.
So you just need a few tips to
Hmm.
remember all those
Exactly, exactly.
few summary notes, like
How
some.
to score high actually. You know
Yeah,
everything, but how
yes,
to
yes.
get good marks in the MCQ kind of things, that you
Right.
need a guidance.
Yes, yes. Like you know all the concepts, but when it's an MCQ and when there is limited time and a little bit of guidance is required. So that's where Navneet sir came into our help. And at that time, it was a very small audience. Now I got to know that it's a very big audience that is
but
teaching.
but I'm
So
really thankful to you for motivating me, and now we have a team of literally 200 plus. That time with I think 20, 12 13 people just in your batch in 21.
mm,
So Richard, just moving forward little fast at 2x
yes.
speed. So you entered in base. Can you just give a brief about base?
Okay, BASE, the full form will be Dr. B.R. Ambedkar School of Economics University. So that is like the official name.
Hmm.
But since it's a big name, we call it BASE. So it
Base.
was started in 2017 by Government of Karnataka. So
Okay.
right now there are three courses: the integrated 5-year MSc Economics,
Hmm.
and a 2-year MSc Economics, and 2-year MSc Financial Economics. So you will get admission to BASE through the Central University's Common Entrance Test exam.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So when I wrote it, BASE had their own separate exam, but now they are going through the CUCA examination.
Hmm.
Okay.
It is Bangalore based, right?
Yes, it is Bangalore
It
based.
is
So
Bangalore.
exact location will be Nagarbhavi near Bangalore University site.
Yeah, great.
Okay. Uh, okay. So I was part of the 2023 batch. So just graduated.
Just you graduated.
Uh, so I was part of the second batch that graduated. So when I joined, base wasn't that popular. Or the first.
So was just want to interrupt you. Wasn't you skeptical? Will I get placed or not? So it's just a gamble because you just told ki just after the establishment of 2 years in 17 it got
Mhm.
established, and you joined after 2 3 years in 21. So was you? I mean, were you sure ki I will be getting this much handsome package and will be working for EY that time when you joined?
Not actually. I didn't think that far and all. So then when I joined, my seniors was only in the second year, so their placements was only going on. So like we actually didn't know what would be the placements of our seniors and all. So only thing what we know was that seniors got good internships and in good
Exactly,
places
exactly.
and companies. So that was like a sign that you will get good placements.
Okay,
And
okay.
and I also found that okay, one thing which motivated me the most to join base was the syllabus.
Syllabus.
Syllabus. So like if you take the syllabus of base and compare it with maybe Madras School, Gokhale, or DAC and all, it's up to that level. Even though it's a new university, it's up to that level. So one thing that distincts base from other even MSc and Gokhale is that so here you get admission only if you've studied mathematics in class 12, and if
Okay.
you've done at least two courses, like two mathematics or statistics courses in your undergrad, and you have to do economics in your undergrad. So like other institutes may give admission if you do maybe BCom or
Exactly. Masters in
maybe,
any streams.
yeah, so you may get admission there. So because of that, generally the first year is like a summary of what you did in undergrad. So only in your second year you go to the advanced courses. uh, s-
So
so
only core economics people get the base, right?
yes, yes.
Okay, okay.
So because of that reason, from the first semester onwards, we can go to the advanced level courses. So in the first semester itself, we have like advanced microeconomics, advanced econometrics, etc. So it's not just in the name that it's advanced; it's actually advanced.
Actually advanced, yes.
So advanced econometrics. So in many institutes, like even in the first semester, you still do the hypothesis testing,
Exactly,
t-test,
exactly,
t-test,
exactly. In the name of
ANOVA.
ecotrix, we are taught only statistics.
Yes, yes. So, but here we are actually taught econometrics and all. So, in the first semester, we learned time series analysis, and the
That's
second
great.
semester, we learned the panel data analysis. So, one of the things that we should note here is that so they just don't teach us theoretically, but they also try to give us a practical kind of experience. So, after the teacher teaches every concept, so he goes into eViews, takes up a data, runs it through eViews using the models which we learned, maybe VAR test or VECM test, everything. So he runs it on these statistical tools. So because of that, we get an idea how it is actually processes and also which will eventually help us in our further researches or in the corporate world. So the teacher makes sure that we get both the theoretical and the practical experience while in class.
Yeah, that was the amazing detail just you told. This was the course things. When it coming to the fee structure, what's the fee structure for 2 years of the base?
Okay, so if you compare it to like the specialized institute like Gokhale, MSc and all, this
MSc.
fees is comparatively very less.
Very
So
less.
here for 1 year you pay like 1,20,000. Maybe now it's like 1,30,000.
Yeah.
So one thing which you have to note, this 1,20,000 includes tuition fees as well as hostel fees.
Really?
Yes,
Hostel
yes,
is included in that.
yes. Hostel is
That's
included in that.
very, very less actually.
Yes, yes. So in if people don't know the Bangalore and also
Exactly,
you will
exactly.
have to pay at least 8,000 to 10 minimum 8,000 10,000 for 1 month's rent. So so including tuition fees and hostel fees, if you're getting for 1,20,000, 1,30,000 and all, it's actually a very very big steal.
Uh,
Uh,
so Richard, I mean, in just 2 years, you have to pay approx 2.5 lakh rupees for all tuition and hostel. And
yes,
apart
yes.
from that, just the food that what you eat that you have to pay.
Yes, the mess fees is extra. So apart from that, you need not pay any other
Anything.
fees.
So is there, I mean, inbuilt campus hostels or outside the campus?
So here, every it's a residential campus, so people who are from Bangalore also have to stay in hostel.
Okay, okay.
So everything is within the campus. Hostels are also within the campus. So since it's a new institution, you have relatively new buildings. So all the infrastructure is pretty nice. Like if you go and see the institute and all, you will not think that it's a government institute. It literally looks like a private institute. So it's very clean. I mean, with so the trees are all growing, but still the infrastructure wise, it's amazing.
One thing I would like to just ask. Just you mentioned the government. I mean, is it funded by government of Karnataka or it's a kind of hybrid? What is it?
It is funded by the government of Karnataka. So it was envisioned way back in like 2014. Um, and so it started in 2017. And so there is great support from the government. So uh, our registrar is a Karnataka Administration
Okay,
Service
okay, okay,
Officer. So
okay,
there
okay.
is a government presence directly in the administration, but there is no interference of government in the academic matters handle. So their teachers have enough flexibility to design their own syllabus to teach the way you want and all.
Okay,
Uh,
autonomy is
uh,
there.
autonomy is there.
Yeah.
So because of that support from the government, everything is going on pretty smoothly. It's not like any other regular government institute.
Got it. One more thing I would like to ask. So I heard that there is a specific number of quota for the, I mean, state people and for outsiders. Can you tell the just figure what's the percentage out for the outsiders?
I do not exactly remember, but I think close to 40 to 50%
Yeah.
is there for Karnataka,
Okay, okay. And rest 60%,
Kannada
yeah.
domicile.
Same I got to know from the
Hmm.
recent batch. Ki 60% people who is outside the Karnataka, for them the seats are there, and for 40% for the Karnataka people. And
Yes.
among that 60%, because whenever you join any university, generally people see ki what would be the my category cutoff. Generally, cutoff varies according to your category. But for outsiders, they treat as a general. There is a no specific category, OBC, ST, SC, nothing. Everybody is treated as general for the outsiders who is taking admission outside the Karnataka. So this I got to know. And if you have any idea, you can tell about the cutoff for the current batch. Otherwise, I will add on.
I am like when I wrote the exam, it was a base entrance exam,
Okay, so
so
you
I
cannot tell.
really don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't
So
ask about just
yeah,
my
it's fine.
juniors also
It's
last.
fine, no problem. But for the people who is ready to join for this year, from last year since 2022, they are taking CUET. So as far as my knowledge is concerned, I got to know कि around 135 to 140 plus if you are scoring out of 400. So that's the safe score for the base. Given the last year pattern, this year there might be slight change. That's not the big issue. So we just talk about the course structure, we talked about the fee, we talked about the hostel. Now coming to the most important things, what about the number of students and the placement ratio? How many number of students are there enrolled in every batch? How many people get placed, and what are the other I mean opportunities there they provide?
Okay. Like the first batch had around only like 25 students sitting for
Okay,
placements.
okay, okay.
Second batch, so my batch had around like 35 students.
How
So
many
this
total intake? How many number of students?
this batch, which will be sitting for placements this year, so there are 63 students around there. So around 30 for general economics and another 30 for financial
No, no, no.
economics.
How many total number of seats for the admission? That I want to know.
Yes. So for MSc General Economics, 30. So around 30 to 35. That is the
Okay,
range.
okay, okay.
So
Yeah,
both general and financial economics, so around 30 to 35.
yeah.
So that is the range.
Huh.
So so if you are joining there, you will have students who have done their bachelor's also in base, because it's an integrated program. So it will be a mix of integrated as well as new students. And maybe another point which I have to add is that so in the first year of the syllabus, you are taught R programming and Python and all.
Great, very great.
So it is actually applied Python and R. So you will be given data from the market, macroeconomic data, and you will be asked to use the models which you learned in class, and you will have to visualize the data. So such kind of stuffs are there, which gives you a practical experience to apply what you learned. And another thing is that we have a concept called as term paper. So at the end of every course, so apart from the normal assignments, you will have to submit a term paper. So most of the teachers give term papers. So it will be mostly, you need not come up with anything original, but it is mostly to give students an opportunity to apply the theoretical concepts
Got it,
learned
got
in
it.
class. So there you will have to take some data, apply all this models which you learned, run it through Python and R, and come up with the results. So by the time you reach the final semester where you have to do the dissertation part,
Yeah.
so it actually becomes very easy for you. Like you will not think that, oh my God, I have to do dissertation. What will I do? And
So
because
it's
by that
it's
time you will have done at least five mini researchers like this. So you will get pretty much used to like doing research everything.
so coming to the placement things. So this year, what was the placement range for your batch? 23 passed out people. What was the minimum and highest package it went for?
In both the batches, around 90% of the students got placed.
Yeah.
So the I I don't know if I can reveal about the placement
No, it's
statistics
it's
and
it's not exact.
uh,
Actually, university has to reveal in an official document. This is the minimum amount. That is the maximum amount. University, every university, even considering HCU, JNU, DSE, ISI, everybody reveals in their document. But just I want to know the first-hand experience. What was the lowest? I mean, the people were offered, and what was the highest, so that we can get the range of it.
okay. This year the lowest was 6, and the highest went till 12 LPA.
Till 12.
12
Uh,
LPA.
okay. So this which company came apart from EY and all?
Okay, I'll just add one more thing. So,
Yeah.
our placement records were much better than our seniors. Like there was a significant improvement over last year's placement
Yes. Yes.
record and all. So, in terms of the number of companies which came and in terms of the package also, so there was a significant improvement. So, coming to the placement firms, so if you closely follow our LinkedIn page,
Yeah.
so we whenever any student get placed or get internship in a firm,
Internship. They
so
update.
we post everything on LinkedIn page, the training sessions we conduct. So you can see that we are one of the very few student run placement teams which are active on LinkedIn and which regularly provide training sessions to the students. So we bring people from the industry to provide you training on maybe case study, resume building, interview preparation, everything and all. So we prepare you very well before you attend for the interviews. And coming to the company, so there was so this includes the companies of the first batch as well as our batch. So EY, PwC, Nielsen, Tech Mahindra, Grant Thornton, uh, Landmark Group, Varaha Analytics. So these are some of the few firms that came, and all of them were pretty good packages, and firms have been happy with the performances of our students, and that's why they have been coming back.
So what's the, I mean, how they just go for the placement? I mean, they initially put the these are the requirements, that these are the basic skills, yeah, you must have. Generally, what happens, I have seen in many institute, they put the basic requirements that you must know Python, you must know R, or you must know SQL. So they put such kind of things. Then they take your entrance, quant entrance. Then there would be interview round. What's the procedure there actually? Just that's I wanted to know.
The selection procedure varies from company to company.
Okay. Okay.
Like few firms will have a resume shortlisting.
Okay.
So a few will have an aptitude test shortlisting. Then some of them have a case study interview, HR round, and some okay, and 3 firms actually they gave us a problem data set, and they asked us to run it through stata and r and come up with results and analysis, so that can also be there. So it depends on company to company. There's no any fixed procedure, so generally you will have at least 2 to 3 rounds, and that's how you get selected.
So you are, I mean, in the Bangalore now. You
Yes,
got the
yes.
job in the Bangalore and you have to be there. So how do you feel after getting into Big Four? If I'm not wrong, it's in Big Four.
Yes, EY is a big four
That's the
company.
amazing. I feel like I'm talking to a DSE ISI guy whose aim is Big Four, and such a, I mean, that's not in the limelight. Base is now in the limelight when I check the LinkedIn profile, and now it's circulating everywhere. Now I'm pretty sure that base will do very well in coming future also, as the 90% placement it has secured. So how's your, I mean, now you feel just when I remember the 21 when your result came and you could not get into SCU or other good institute, what generally traditionally people follow, and then going back to the base, generally it is said ki whatever it happens happen for the good reason, and now result is front of us that you are the part of EY. So how's you, I mean, feelings? Just share with the new aspirants so that people could definitely motivated for the base. They can join the base. Generally, there is less idea about the base.
I mean, it's absolutely a great feeling. I mean, I would say you can genuinely consider base as one of your options for masters. You need not hesitant. You need not be hesitant about it. So I will not say that we are in par with MSc, IGIDR, or Gokhale, but definitely that's our target. Maybe in the next 5 years, we will
So
be one of the premier institutes in the country. So, like maybe instead of going to any other normal college, which where economics is just one of the departments. So
Exactly.
if you want to study in a specialized institute, like specialized institute does make a difference. So the whole institute is working for only your development.
Uh,
uh, so here we have a vice chancellor also. So he's a pretty renowned economist. So he also continuously works for the students, and we have also signed several MOUs with several institutes. And from this year onwards, we are accepting foreign students as well. Unlike other government institutes and all where change is slow, here change is pretty fast. So like since
oh,
it's a new institute, like you will have various problems and all, which is pretty common. But once we identify the problem, like the change happens. The management is not that rigid, and also they are always open to ideas how to improve the institute and all. Yeah, so I would say you need not be hesitant to join
to
base.
join it.
You can consider base as one of your institutes for masters.
But since 20 minutes I've been talking to you, I feel little jealous कि क्यों नहीं मैं base गया. I would be in base. I wish I could be in the base. And pretty sure people who are in the, I talk to, I have done many interviewed with the GAIP also and some other institute also. And people, if they would be watching even from the MSc GAIP, because slightly these institutes had little higher fee. I'm not saying ki these are not, I mean, they should not charge and all, because obviously there is a industrial ties, industry comes, firm comes, and they pick up the students. But the kind of placement curriculum and your activeness of your placement cell, just you talk, that's really fabulous. And I would also like to congratulate as well as like to thank to your placement cell, because that is run by student only, and it's just a fabulous and amazing, Richard. Just the last word from your side, anything that we missed out in last 20 minutes. I think we have covered almost everything that a new student should know, from the placement to academics to the future of base, from the admission to fee, everything. So anything that we missed, so please add on and we'll wrap it up.
Mm, I don't think. I think I have covered
Covered everything.
pretty much everything. Uh, if you want to know more about base, I mean, there are a lot of people who are ready to help alumni, everyone. And if you contact anyone, they would say you would get to know more about base. But I will not say that everyone had a nice experience here. So even if
Okay,
you go to
okay.
premier institutes as well, uh, like some people like it, some people don't like it. It's basically on our expectation side. So if you have high expectations, you may not get that much. So like we may not be as perfect as other premier institutes, but we are definitely growing. We definitely have the potential and the resources. So this year placements will be much more better than last year. So like we have already laid the framework.
Exactly.
Uh,
Foundation stone you have laid.
Yes, so you will hear even new companies coming, and fortunate, and if everything goes well, maybe the placements package also may go up. So if you are maybe looking for placements, and on the research side also we are developing, but at the moment a little bit focused on the placement side. Uh, yeah.
I mean, how's off-campus record people who could not get into the campus from campus placement? So your institute already developed a kind of, I mean, that competitiveness in the, they instilled the kind of skills in the students, the R, Python, and other things. What is required for the firm? They can also look for the off-campus, right? Need not to be always you get placed from the class itself. So that things are, those things are also there. Last thing I would like to ask you, being from Bangalore, and Bangalore is known for the good placement institute when it comes to the economics. So can you add on two three more institutes, as far as I know, Base, Christ, anything else?
Mm, maybe St. Joseph's also you can consider.
Okay, Saint Joseph is also good.
Yeah, apart from that, maybe you have to search like in Christ and like in other colleges and all. If you look at an overall picture, you may feel that institute is good, but you will have to look department wise.
Exactly, exactly.
So only then you will get a clear picture of. So if you compare base and Christ, then that may not be an accurate comparison. So you will have to compare with the Department of Economics of Christ and then base. So that may be a better comparison.
So Johnny, it was a very nice session with you. I feel very elated when I was talking to you entire this 20-25 minutes. And I wish you all the best. We hope his world is very small. We'll meet someday once I will be in the Bangalore or you come to Hyderabad. Just give a call. We'll meet you very soon. I am very, very, really very happy for you. I mean, once your older students are doing very good, so it's a really matter of pleasure. I wish you all the best कि आप EY में काफी आगे जाएं and you earn lots of people as well as the money because goodwill is
Mhm.
also important in the field. And Richard, really thank you to all and wish you all the best.
Yeah, thank you so much.